The Herb Report, number 3. The Herb Report is something to see. Yeah.
That's number 3.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the Herb Report number 3. I got a special guest today. You may not recognize him, but you've all seen his work many a time. And the million people that have seen the I'm a Nerd video with me with the Stormtrooper outfit, this is the reason why I have a Stormtrooper outfit right here.
TK560 right here.
Yeah, so he is the man at making props and knows. You have a lot of skills.
Well, that's very kind, Herb. I appreciate you saying that. I don't know if it's a lot of skills. It's an awful lot of fun, though. Awful lot of fun. You've got your music and your videos, and I've got my making props. So.
Yeah, the thing that's really amazing is that on the internet, there's so many folks that are really into the prop making, I guess you got some forums.
Yeah, the original one that I stumbled across 5 or 6 years ago, I guess, was it's called the Replica Prop Forum, and a bunch of really neat guys in the industry making the props for the real movies, and you kind of learn from them. And for me, it was, could I make a Star Trek communicator? And that was a big challenge.
Talking about the old school.
Old school, looked like a flip phone, but that was from the 60s. Captain Kirk carried around. And
that's basically how it looked.
That's basically it. You're right. And hooked up with a guy by Eugene, name is Eugene Roddenberry, and son of Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry. And got some stuff from him, and never looked back. I had a lot of fun since then. And I guess it was how many years ago, Herb, that you and I started thinking about making some Stormtrooper armor, and slowly crept down that path for about a year.
We did the lightsaber test first, before that, right?
Yeah,
that
lightsaber
was
test.
2002, maybe?
Yeah, it was before Episode 2 came out.
Yeah, so that was, wow.
Yeah, it's been a while. So, yeah, we're looking at, I guess, about 2 years from conception to Herb's first suit. We got it ready to go just ahead of Episode 3. So.
And Jim would give me pieces, and I'll look
one at a time. Here, what is this?
what am I supposed to do with this? And finally, I brought them all over one day, and we started cutting them out and gluing them together, and that was an amazing process to put all that stuff together. It really is a piece of art in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it's a replica, but it's all the same skills and pitfalls and challenges that go into making a fresh piece of art go into making a replica piece of art. So it's I kind of look at it as a kind of a niche art area. That's the way I kind of look at it.
Well, and I guess most of you guys probably know we're working on the ultimate. I hate to say ultimate, but like one of the best Star Wars fan films. Not a spoof film, but actually
on a serious short. It's not a feature length. It's been a project that's been sort of in the works for what? As long as the Stormtrooper costume's been in development. It's called The Last Garrison. It's a fan film, not intended to be a spoof, but sort of a continuation of the post-Return of the Jedi story of what happens to the Stormtroopers after the collapse of the Empire. That's sort of the...
Yeah, and the whole goal is like, what could two guys do, or actually we got more than that, what are people that have some creativity, computer skills, and the desire to make the best that they can. And with today's technology, with the computers and even like iMovie, and of course you can get Final Cut Pro or Express or whatever, and get the cameras also. The cameras have come way down in price.
When we shot that test footage for that lightsaber duel, Nick, back in the day, had an idea of this test was to see if we could do a realistic rotoscoping lightsaber duel. I had a hard time keeping a serious look on my face, kept laughing. Here is two grown men playing swords with one another with these plastic toy swords, waving them around. And we got Pablo Rolando out of South America to do the rotoscoping for us. Well, he did a fantastic job. And I think at that point we were using a Canon XL1 camera. And Mac G4 and a decent camera and a good idea, anybody could make a movie, a good quality movie. And so we sort of stepped it up from there.
That's really the goal, is that we can make something, like my little sci-fi films that I kind of do on no budget at all. And
these are no budget films.
Yeah.
Not a low budget, but a no budget.
And so, but our goal for this thing is if we shoot something and it doesn't look like a movie, shoot it again.
Shoot it again.
Yeah. And there's no time frame.
As long as we don't get too old and too fat to run around in the stormtrooper costumes, so we'll keep shooting.
That's true. So it's going to be an amazing and also a great learning process about everything from lighting to miniatures to CGI to just basically everything filmmaking we're learning.
The whole
doing this.
filmmaking world we're learning. We're teaching ourselves. Herb's taken some content courses here at the university, and I think it's brought us a long ways. I've had an opportunity to work with some of the film students on a couple of projects and enjoyed it immensely. I learned a lot just from my small association with some of the other productions, and hopefully we bring those things forward. We're in the process of building a camera support equipment. We have a new track and dolly rig, which we're going to really test out here very soon. That's where the camera is on a tripod and it moves on a track, and so you can follow the actors in the action. Hopefully it'll be better than a Steadicam, better than a tripod, and give us some drama that we otherwise couldn't get.
We do have a Steadicam also.
We do have a Steadicam, and we do have the lighting control and light kits, and access to some pretty good, decent cameras. And just looking around the MIDI lab here, it looks like we ought to have access to some pretty decent audio equipment.
We can definitely make some soundtracks and whatnot, and part of the reason why I shoot a lot of the music videos I do is also to practice the craft of
practice the craft. There's just not enough of that, I believe, and especially in certain smaller schools, film departments. There's a rush to get something put together, and sometimes it's not that high quality something. And so, my goal for the Stormtrooper fan film, we're tentatively calling it The Last Garrison, kind of title, but is to make it look Hollywood, make it look like it was filmed with a budget. And the reality is that it's taken years to get to a point because everything has to be manufactured. The costumes, not only the costumes that the heroes in this film wear, the Stormtrooper armor, the full armor for a dozen guys in Stormtrooper gear, each one of those has to be made by hand. But also the antagonist in our production, the Rebel Fleet Troopers. Each one of those costumes has to be put together. So there's just an awful lot of pre-production work that has to go into it. So
those are the doofy-looking hats that everybody.
Yeah, the big mushroom-looking salad bowls, as they're affectionately called.
And they turn out that people love those all over the world.
Yeah, people have really gone for that. Hasbro, the toy company, has started making these little Nerf dart guns that the Rebel Fleet Trooper wore, and they're very accurate. They're very nice for props in a film. Things don't have to be perfect; they just have to be close, and they definitely fit that bill.
Film, the camera hides a lot. It's hiding a lot right now, even. So, thank you for this. Well, it really is amazing, and we'll keep up to date. And I've shot a few little things, because I have a costume, and they're on the YouTube. The Visitor was one of the first things we shot.
Herb and I shot that a couple hours one night, one Friday night, and it took longer to edit it than it was to film it. And we actually had an honest-to-gosh script, and neither one of us could remember our lines on, and had a good time making it, and hope to revisit that concept very soon.
Yeah, the popcorn was very difficult to knock over.
How many times did we shoot that? A dozen times to knock the popcorn bowl over.
Well, all that's on the YouTube. If you want to do a search for that, and you want to check out Jim's website, is
www.tk560.com.
And of course, you probably know my website, herbertmingerly.com or nerdsong.com. And everything.
Do you have a TK652?
Not yet, but down the line. We're down to 20 seconds, so Jim, thank you so much for being the first guest here, and I'll end it. And everybody keep on rocking, and if you want to be a guest, let me know. The Herb Report is now over. Yeah. Rock and roll, everybody.
I'll be good.
Well, I got another 40 seconds.
What?
Okay, well, that's good enough, I guess.
We'll end it there.
Well, Jim, thank you so much.
You bet.
For being the first guest on here, and hopefully this is not going to fall apart.
Is it going to end, or is
it's going to end? I figured to use a whole 10 minutes, and we got another 20 seconds, and here's a countdown. I guess I could rock out a little more.
You can play some.
Rock and roll, everybody. Bye.